Hi guys, I'm Courtney B, and today I'm doing a review on the Beats Solo 2s. Today I'm going to be listing the pros and the cons. Okay, I'm going to start off with the pros first because, I don't know, just because I want to. The noise cancellation of these is unbelievable. Like, it's not so unbelievable that you're shooting a gun, you can wear them, you know, they're going to cancel that. No. The amount of bass that these headphones have is unbelievable. Apologize ahead of time. Like you can feel the bass. Yeah, that's loud. I'm sorry. That was probably the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. Yeah. The amount of padding that the Beats have is like so comfortable on your ears. They can just be sitting on your ears and you have like total comfort. You barely even know they're there, except for like the resting piece on your head, of course, but they're so comfortable. It's like memory foam padding and it is so good. For people who run and work out a lot and are like really active, these headphones work really good. In my opinion, I would probably get the cordless ones, the Bluetooth ones, because sometimes when you're running and or bike riding and stuff, the cord can kind of get in the way. But if you don't mind the cord getting in the way, then I would just stick with these because the Bluetooth headphones do add an extra amount of money on there, which I've never had the Bluetooth version, so I wouldn't be able to be like, oh yeah, you should get them, you should spend an extra, I don't know, $100, $50 on them. But these work really well. Like if you're like running and stuff, you know, I've been running and they haven't fallen off my head. I've did lawn work and stuff with them on and they haven't fallen off my head. I've went bike riding and they haven't fallen off. Like, they are really good for when you're working out at the gym. They work really awesome. How loud these things can get is unbelievable. Like, they can get really loud. Like if they're in your ears, you cannot hear anything. Really loud. But I would also say I wouldn't have them all the way up all the time wearing in your ears because yeah, they can cause you to probably lose hearing in the future and stuff. But I'm not gonna be and really say that because I do that and I'm probably gonna suffer the consequences when I get old. But when you're listening to dubstep and it's really getting that bass drop and you're just like, oh, I gotta wait for it, then it just hits hard. You just want to have it loud, you know. It makes you feel good. I don't know how to describe it, but I guess there's probably some people that can relate. And now I'm gonna jump right into the con. My first con on this list is going to have to be the cord. I got the one that it came with in the box, and this is the cord that came with it, and this is the one that I have now. I went and bought 2 cords because I wanted to have a backup, and in the end, I'm glad I did, because you have this speaker part where you can talk on the phone, and it's like your manual control and stuff, you know, and press and play, and you know, all that jazz, you know. That was awesome. That was awesome to have, but I found that after a while when you're like, you know, wrapping it up to put it in its case or whatever, and the remote kind of wears out. And I have had to tape this one, and it didn't work still, and it didn't really work to turn up the volume and stuff. It was crappy. And I'd use it now as just an aux cord because there's no use really using it because you like to use the remotes on your phone, you know? That is kind of just like you don't really want it anymore. So in the end, I'm glad that I got this other cable because this one did end up doing the same exact thing. It did. It's just this remote control part. I don't know what the deal is. But it came apart again, and what I had to do was I got some really expensive super glue and clear super glue, and I just went around on the edge and it was fine. Like, it still works and it didn't ruin the control part, and it has stayed really well. But that's really something that they need to work on. If they make the headphones so expensive, they should at least do the cords. But you know, we can always go back to the iPhone charging cables and how the ends end up wearing out too, but we ain't gonna talk about that one. And I do have a lot of wonderful things to say about the padding on the Beats. Like, it is amazing. And if you're not reckless with things like me, I try not to be, but it kind of just happens. You probably won't have this problem, but if you do, you know, I'm just gonna say, I had my headphones plugged into my computer, and my computer kind of fell a little bit, just a little bit off the chair, and pulled my headphones with it, and it hit the corner just right, not enough to break them. I was so scared because I love them so much that they broke. And they didn't. They were fine. But, I don't know if you can see or not, but the padding right there kind of came off, and I've been having to super glue it and tape it to get it to stay back on. And I've noticed that there's not really any way to really replace it. So I kind of just withdrew, and it's not that really big of a deal. Like, it doesn't make the headphones where they don't work. They're completely fine. It's just kind of looks really sketchy, and it kind of irritates me when it starts to come off, but that's not really a big thing. We all know that the Beats can get a little pricey, just a little bit, and they can range anywhere from $200 to $300, and some people just can't afford that. In my opinion, yeah, they are totally worth it. They last, they are amazing, and you probably won't regret buying them. Yeah, it probably will put a big dent in your money, but they are amazing headphones. I wish they were cheaper, but they gotta make their money somehow to pay for them and their look, but they are amazing. And there's some people that have their own opinions on Beats and don't like them, and there's some people that like Beats. I'm someone who likes Beats, but there are some things that need to be fixed. But if you personally do not like Beats and don't want to spend the money on them, don't. There's probably better things you could be spending it on, like, I don't know, food. I don't know, everybody likes food. And in my opinion, this is the biggest con of them all, honestly, besides the price. There's Apple and there's Android users. We all know them. There's this big debate. Ooh, Apple's better, Android's better, you know. And if you have an Android and you like Beats, it's kind of hard. Beats being an Apple product and Android being an Android, they don't really work together in the way they should. I'm not saying the sound quality is bad in the Beats when you have an Android, it's just in the cords, the remote doesn't work. The buttons, the pause, the turn up, none of it works when you have an Android. The mic does work, and the pause, when you press it, works when it really wants to. You can sometimes skip a song, but the up and down, yeah, that doesn't work at all. But the big question is, should you buy them? Are they worth the price? In my opinion, you should totally invest in some Beats because they are amazing and they're last a while, they're good sound quality, and are they worth the price? I wish they were cheaper because more people would probably have them because of how popular they are and how many people love them. But the money it costs to make them and the money that Apple wants to get out of them, all in all, at the end of this video, this is all my opinion, and you guys can do with it as you may. You might not like these at the end of the video. You may want to buy a pair. It's totally up to you, and I'm not telling you what you should and shouldn't do. And this being my first video, all my social media will be in the description below. And if you have any video suggestions for me, leave it in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Pew!